Hello, and welcome to Clinica Sierra Vista. My name is Miguel, and I'm here to present a tutorial on behalf of our Information Technology Department. But first, let's start off with a brief message. Clinica Sierra Vista would like to extend a sincere thank you for your patience and your trust in us as your clinical health center to provide for your healthcare needs. Our team takes great pride in serving the communities of Kern and Fresno County. So once again, thank you from Clinica Sierra Vista. Today, we will go over how to complete the e-check-in via the MyChart application. But first, let's begin with some benefits. Benefit number one, convenience. Patients can check in from their appointments from the comfort of their homes using an electronic platform, saving time and avoiding long waits at the clinic. Benefit number two, time efficiency. Electronic check-ins can streamline the registration process, reducing the time patients spend in the waiting area. This can lead to more efficient workflow for both the patients and the healthcare providers. And benefit number three, the accuracy of information. Patients can review and update their personal and medical information electronically, ensuring that the healthcare provider has the most accurate and up to date information and also sign any forms that may be required prior to your visit. Now that we've gone over our benefits, let's get into the material and the tutorial that we have specifically for you, our patients. E-check-in for our patients via the MyChart application. Note: patients will receive a message via MyChart 3 days before their scheduled appointment. Patients should be advised to log into the application to complete the e-check-in. Here is an example of the MyChart icon within the iOS and Android systems. Step 1. Upon selecting the application icon, patients will be prompted to log in using their username and password. If you are experiencing any issues logging in or you may have forgotten your password, always feel free to use the Forgot Username selection or the Forgot Password selection. Moving on to Step 2. The patient will then need to select the Pre-Check-in button within the office visit once they have logged in to the MyChart. Once the button has been selected, the pre-check-in window will display. The patient, you, can use the next button to toggle the various sections that need to be completed. Let's continue our tutorial by going over the pre-check-in window and its features. As our patient, you can first verify your personal information, then your contacts. You can also sign documents, review medications, review allergies, review any health issues, and last but not least, review your insurance, all before and prior to your appointment. Now let's draw our attention over to overdue consent forms. As we get into the overdue consent forms, we'll be focusing on the Sign Documents icon. If the patient needs to sign consent forms, the Sign Documents section will appear at the top. This is applicable to patients who are doing telehealth appointments remotely or are wanting to simply e-check-in prior to their appointment. Now that we've identified the overdue consent forms, let's go over how to sign those consent forms. Signing the consent forms is fairly easy. Let's begin with step 1. The patient, or you, will click the review and sign button associated with each document. An example has been provided below. Moving over into step 2 of signing the consent forms, the patient will read and review the document that appears before clicking the Sign Here section. Moving on over to step 3. The patient will be provided signatures using one of the two following options: auto-generate or draw to sign. Step 4. The patient will click accept to apply the signature electronically, whether that be auto-generate or the draw to sign. Continuing the signing of the consent forms, let's move over to step 5, where the patient will verify signature displays on the corresponding line for patient signature in the document and then click accept once again. And now we have arrived at the final step. This is an example of how the document will appear once it has been signed by you, our patient. As we continue our tutorial, Let's go through a video example for those of us that are visual learners. At this time, you should be able to see the pre-check-in window and how it's displayed in its entirety. Again, patients can verify personal information, contacts, signed documents, medications, allergies, health issues, and insurance. Currently, we are viewing it from the personal information. As a patient, you can verify your personal information here. To move on, it's as simple as selecting Next. Then, for emergency contacts or any contacts, it would be in this area where you can add a contact or continuing on. Let's go ahead and select Next. For the signing of those documents, the consent forms that need to be signed prior to the appointment, here is how the forms would populate if forms are due. In this case, it shows that the SA 140 e-form CSV general informed consent form needs to be signed because it says on here not signed yet. You, as our patient, can select the review and sign, which would then populate the entire form for you. And in the sign here for patient that's in blue, you will then select it. If you just select it simply just once, the signature will automatically populate, or by selecting the green arrow, you can go ahead and clear it out and either select the auto generate or draw to sign. For auto generate, this will populate automatically and you see how the save for future use is on there. And then you would select the word accept. It'll then take you again to the screen where you can view that you have entered your signature. Then as our patient, you would select again the word accept. Now we can see that the SA-140 e-form CSV General Informed Consent Form has been completed because it says that it's been signed and it has the date. And if you'd like to review it, you are more than welcome to by selecting the review button. There's that signature. Moving along through the signing of the consent forms, the system will not allow you to move forward until the next consent form is signed. Let's go ahead and do that now. From your pre-check-in, you're also able to view your current list of medications. Also, in the case that you don't see the medication that you're taking, or if you would like to report a medication, you can do so by selecting Report a Medication. From this window, you're also able to view the pharmacy and select the pharmacy in which you'd like for your medication to go to, or you're also able to add a pharmacy as well through your pre-check-in. Let's continue on and move on over to the next. Next, we have allergies. So here you can view a current list of your allergies. In the case that you have another allergy that has been identified by another provider or another organization, you're more than welcome to report an allergy. It's as simple as selecting the report an allergy. Continuing on, we can go ahead over to the next. The next tab is the current health issues. Here is a list of your current health issues. You're also able to report a health issue in the case that you don't see a health issue according to your pre-check-in, or you're able to remove and so forth. Let's go over to next. And last but not least, we have our insurance. Here's where you can view your insurance coverage. You can see that you're covered by a certain coverage, secondary coverage. You're able to update a coverage, remove a coverage, and even add a coverage. Let's go ahead and select submit. And now your pre-check-in has been completed, where we will be awaiting for you at your next visit. We have now come to the conclusion of our training. At this point of the training, you should have a better understanding of the material that we just went over. As a reminder, I would like to remind everyone of Clinica Sierra Vista's mission, vision, and our values. Our mission. Our mission is to improve the health status and the well-being of the communities we serve through integrated, coordinated, and compassionate healthcare. Our vision, to be the CHC national quality leader and transform outpatient integrated care. And now our values. Our values are respect, integrity, teamwork, excellence, transparency, and timeliness. At this point, I would like to thank everyone for viewing this video and following along the tutorial. This is a goodbye for now, and we'll see you at your next visit.